Welcome to Let's Get Twiharded, Twihard, with a Vengeance. Eclipse, ooh, with your hosts, Jeff Kunkel and Aislinn Kunkel. Welcome back to Let's Get Twiharded, Twihard, with a Vengeance.
Just one.
A singular
vengeance.
With and vengeance. With a
There's
vengeance.
only one vengeance in this book, and you have to pick whose it is. It's
Yes.
like, choose your vengeance.
Choose your own vengeance.
Choose your vengeance. Oh.
Okay, so
Bella's vengeance. Turn to page 34.
so we were about to get into the story.
Exposition.
Yes,
About stuff that happened already.
Yes.
In fact.
Yeah. Well, it gets complicated, so pay attention. You know how Alice sees things?
Nope.
I kept it as succinct as possible, leaving out anything that wasn't essential. I tried to read Jacob's reactions, but his face was enigmatic as I explained how Alice had seen...
He wasn't understanding what she was saying.
Right.
Yeah.
I've done that before.
Yeah, oh man. Like, anytime someone tries to describe driving directions to me. Yes, I totally understand, and I'm not going to Google that as soon as you're done talking.
Also, most freshman classes,
Yes.
you got to master the.
Yes, I am taking a note on this.
Yeah. You don't get called on then.
Yeah. I tried to read Jacob's reactions, but his face was enigmatic. Was an enigmatic, as I explained how Alice had seen Edward plan to kill himself, and when he'd heard I was dead. Sometimes, Jacob seemed to be deep in thought. I wasn't sure if he was listening. He only interrupted one time. The fortune-telling bloodsucker can't see us? Seriously? That's excellent!
Well, you spilled that one.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. Starting out on this explanation, it almost was like she told the story.
Yeah.
But then she dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
She looks daggers at him. Oops, sorry. He pretends to lock up his the most cliche. She finishes the story. Now you know the whole story, so it's your turn to talk. What happened while I was with my mom this weekend? So, Edward took her off to Florida because Victoria was in town, and he didn't tell her about it, and she's all, she mad, bro. So, Embry and Quill and I were running patrol on Saturday night. Just routine stuff. When out of nowhere, BAM! There it is. A fresh trail. Not 15 minutes old. Sam wanted us to wait for him, but I didn't know you were gone, and I didn't know if your bloodsuckers were keeping an eye on you or not. So we took off after at full speed. But she crossed the tree line before we caught up. We sprang out along the line, hoping she'd cross back over. It was frustrating, let me tell you. We ended up too far south. The Cullens chased her back to our side, just a few miles north of us. Would have been a perfect ambush if we'd known where to wait. But that's when it got dicey. Sam and the others caught up to her before we did, but she was dancing right along the line, so the whole coven was right there on the other side. The big one, what's his name? Emmett? Yeah, him. Made a lunge for her, but the redhead is fast. He flew right behind her. It almost rammed into Paul, so Paul... Well, you know Paul. Yeah. Just lost his focus. I can't say I blame him. That big bloodsucker was right on top of him. He sprang like, hey, don't give me that look. The vampire was on our land. Anyway, Paul missed, but the big one got like right back on his side. But then, the blonde Rosalie, yeah, whatever. She got real territorial, so Sam and I fell back to get Paul's flanks. Then their leader, the blonde male, and the other blonde male, Carlisle and Jasper. You know, I really don't care. Anyway, so Carlisle spoke with Sam, trying to calm things down. It was, like, weird because everyone got really calm really fast. It was like the other one you told me about, messing with our heads. But even though we knew what he was doing, we could not be calm. Yeah, I know how it feels. Really annoying, that's how it feels. You can't be annoyed until afterwards. So Sam and the head vamp agreed that Victoria was the priority, and we started after her again. Carlisle gave us the line so that we could follow the scent properly, but then she hit the cliffs just north of Maca County, and Maca Country. Right there, where the line hugs the coast for a few miles, she took off into the water again. The big one and the calm one wanted permission to cross the line to go after her, but of course we said no.
Of course.
Of course. Now, this was all said very slowly and matter-of-factly
really?
in the book. But he is a 16-year-old
Right.
talking about,
Right.
it reads this way, not how it was actually said.
Yeah, I imagine he's talking about, someone talking about going hunting or something.
Yes,
throwing
or a
out
football
jargon
game.
and just,
Yeah.
not really making sense
Yeah, not
to anyone else.
particularly caring if the other person is listening.
Right,
just going and going and going. Okay.
Did he actually say, I really don't care?
Yes, he actually
That's
said that.
awesome.
Yeah. Good. I mean, you were being stupid, but I'm glad. Emmett's never cautious enough. He could have gotten hurt. So did your vampire tell you we attacked for no reason and is totally innocent coven? No. Edward told me the same story, just without quite as many details. Huh. Well, she'll be back, I guess. We'll get another shot at her. There's some silence. What you thinking about? Werewolf stuff. Oh no, werewolf stuff. I'm just thinking of what.
Yep.
Yes. I'm just thinking about what you told me. About when the fortune teller saw you cliff jumping and thought you committed suicide. And how
Let
it
me
all
throw
got...
you off this cliff.
Yeah. And how it all got out of control. Do you realize that if you had just waited for me like you were supposed to, then Alice wouldn't have been able to see you jump? Nothing would have changed. We'd probably be in my garage right now, like any other Saturday. There wouldn't be any vampires and forks, and you and me. My heart thumped unevenly at the emptiness of the picture he painted. Edward would have come back anyway. Are you sure about that? Being apart didn't work out so well for either of us. Did you know Sam's mad at you? Me? Oh, I see. He thinks they would have stayed away if I was there. No, that's not it. What's his problem then? When Sam saw how you were in the beginning, when Billy told them how Charlie worried when you didn't get better, and that you were starting to jumping off cliffs, I made a face. No one was ever going to let me forget that. That time she jumped off a cliff during a thunderstorm into the ocean.
By herself. Didn't
Alone.
tell anybody where she was.
He thought you were the one person in the world with as much of a reason to hate the Cullens as he does. Sam feels sort of betrayed that you would just let them back into your life like they never hurt you. You can tell Sam to go right to, look at that. Jake points to an eagle in the act of plummeting down toward the ocean from an incredible height. It checked itself at the last minute. Its only talons... Before it wrecked itself. Only its talons breaking the surface of the waves, just for an instant. Then it flapped away, its wings straining against the load of the huge fish it had snagged. You see it everywhere, nature taking its course, hunter and prey, the endless cycle of life and death. And yet, Jacob all of a sudden slips into, the magical Native American trope. He just,
yeah.
he's just a dumb teenager that, he sees an eagle, he's like, the cycle of life is a part of us all.
He's aged 30 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He cries at a piece of litter on the beach.
He sees an empty pack of cigarettes and starts, just a single tear.
Single tear.
My mom used to smoke those.
Nature taking its course, hunter and prey. The endless cycle of life and death. And yet...
There is no explanation of where Jacob's mother is.
Nope.
There are not a lot of women on the reservation. We meet...
Jacob's
3.
mother was a literal wolf.
We meet...
How do you
3
think Willie
women.
got paralyzed?
Fair enough.
The endless cycle of life and death. And yet, you don't see the fish trying to plant a kiss on the eagle. You'll never see that.
different because vampires and humans are still the same species. That would
Right.
be like falling.
That'd be like a fish and a shark, right? Closer?
Something, but like.
Well, hold on to that.
Or
All
a fish
right.
and a
We
bigger
literally,
fish?
yeah, a fish and like a bigger fish. Maybe the fish was trying. It's hard to tell what the fish was thinking. Eagles are good-looking birds, you know.
Oh my god.
Is that what it comes down to? Good looks? Don't be stupid, Jacob. Is it the money then? That's nice. I'm flattered that you think so much of me. She gets up and walks away. Don't get mad. I'm serious.
I forget which one ruined the metaphor first.
Right? I'm trying to understand here. I'm coming up blank. I love him. Not because he's beautiful or because he's rich. I'd much rather he weren't either one. It would
No,
even
you wouldn't.
right.
No.
It would even out the gap between us just a little bit. Because he'd still be the most loving and unselfish and brilliant and decent person I've ever met.
No, I
Of course I love him. How hard is that to understand? It's impossible to understand. Please enlighten me then, Jacob. What is a valid reason for someone to love someone else? Since apparently I'm doing it wrong.
Is that what people do? They go to their side person and compliment their
Yeah, right.
actual
Yeah,
significant other?
yeah, I don't know.
Only when you don't know that your side person is your side person.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Yeah,
Nice
that's
guy,
actually...
capital N, capital G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd wear the trilby, but he keeps losing it when he turns into a wolf.
Right.
Yeah.
He's gone through so many trophies, guys.
Yeah. I doubt he has that big of a trilby
And
budget.
Dragon Ball Z Hawaiian shirt.
Yes. just a wolf in the woods with like a torn up like Dragon Ball Z Hawaiian shirt on, like, and like a trilby like taped around like.
Like a fucking circus bear.
Yeah. Yes.
With like
Yes.
a tiny vest.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got a pack of Salem's rolled up in the or not Salem's, cloves.
Right.
Wrapped
yes.
up in the sleeve of the.
Wow.
Since apparently I'm doing it wrong, I think the best place to start would be to look within your own species. That usually works.
Vampires are still technically human.
Yes, that's it. Well, that just sucks. I guess I'm stuck with Mike Newton after all. I'm human.
Oh.
You're not as human as Mike. Do you still think that's the most important consideration? It's not the same thing! I didn't choose this. Do you think Edward did? He didn't know what was happening to him any more than you did. He didn't exactly sign up for this. You don't, Jacob. You're awfully self-righteous, considering that you're a werewolf and all. It's not the same! I don't see why not. You could have been a bit more understanding about the Cullens. You have no idea how truly good they are. To the core, Jacob. They shouldn't exist! Their existence goes against nature. I stared at him for a long moment, with one eyebrow raised incredulously. It was a while before he noticed. What? Speaking of unnatural... Bella, what I am was born in me. It's part of who I am, who my family is, who we all are as a tribe. It's the reason we're still here. Besides that, I am still human. He picked up my hand and pressed it to his fever-warm chest, through his t-shirt.
Yes, because humans get that warm and don't die.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, did he take his shirt off in the middle
No,
of that?
no. I'm sure in the film he
did,
just
yeah.
never had it on. Yeah.
Right.
Through his t-shirt, I could feel his steady
Is this
beating.
where she punches him in the face?
No, not
Okay.
not in the book anyway. I could feel the steady beating of his heart under my palm. Normal humans can't throw motorcycles away around the way you can. So they're a motorcycle gang that have motorcycle nunchucks.
They just juggle them for
Yes.
fun.
Yeah.
Normal humans run away from monsters, Bella, and I never claimed to be normal, just human. You look pretty human.
You're also a monster.
Yeah.
You look pretty human to me at the moment. I feel human.
Oh, Lord.
He stared past me, his face far away.
You're looking at?
His lower lip trembled. He bit down on it hard. Oh, Jake. She reaches for his hand. This was why I was here. This was why I would take whatever reception waited for me when I got back. Because underneath all the anger and sarcasm, Jacob was in pain. Right now, it was very clear in his eyes. I didn't know how to help him, but I knew I had to try. It was more than that I owed him. It was more than that I owed him. It was more than that I owed him. I owed him more than that. This
It was more than that I owed him.
There's no comma though. It was more than that I owed him. It was more than that I owed him.
Is this a transcript or did you write it?
No, this is okay. It is a copy paste, then edit from a pirated PDF.
Don't say that.
That was scanned. Well, I own the book, so it's easier to copy paste from those PDFs. And so
I feel like they might have lost a comma. in all of that.
It's a scanned PDF. It's a copy paste from a scanned PDF. So often there are like misspellings and like words that run together and things like that. Yeah. It was more than that I owed him. It was because his pain hurt me too. Jacob had become part of me, and there was no changing that now. And there we have the end of chapter 4.
Oh my god, are you serious? We're done?
We are done.
Oh my god.
Yes.
What on earth?
Yeah. I told you once we got to the dialogue parts, it would go faster. Like, the first 4 episodes of this are a page an episode, and then the other...
No, you're editing some of those together.
The other 8 pages were 1 episode.
No, there's gonna be some editing. No.
It'll have to be reviewed anyway.
They were about 15 minutes apiece, though. We did a lot of...
I mean, if you end up with more than you want...
Tell me something with a blink language.
If you end up with too many episodes, you can always do 2 a week. Releasing. Or have like a bonus release.
You act like I know.
Sorry, I was listening, Isaac, but he's just making stupid faces.
I was talking to you in blink language. Obviously. What did I say? Because I can't speak blink language.
I think it was bark, bark, bark.
It's like when you bark at the dog. I wonder what I said. Woof, 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 woof. Barf, 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 barf. I wonder what I just said. Like,
Well, now you woke up the dog.
barf, barf, barf.
Just like you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah!